In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and merciful. Welcome to PMDC Online Lecture Room. It's me, Ahsanullah, lecturer in English, Peshawar Model Degree College for Boys, Dalazak Road, Peshawar. The topic that I am going to discuss and explain today is a poem taken from second year English book, The Blades of Grass, written by Stephen Crane. Poems are very much important from both point of view because in section B the first two short questions are from poems. The first question will be explain with reference to the context one of the following stanzas, and the second short question will be paraphrase one of the following stanzas. It means that poems explanation and paraphrasing have 10 marks. Therefore, explanation and paraphrasing of poems is important for students to get maximum marks in both papers. The other important point is that the first two questions, explanation and paraphrasing, are compulsory. It means that students have to attempt them. They cannot leave it in choice. Before going toward the poem, The Blades of Grass, let us understand what a poem is. A poem is a collection of words that expresses an emotion or idea. Actually, poem is collection of lines of words written in the tradition and the genre of poetry, and always a poem will have a message, an emotion or idea. A single poem always has a single message, and sometimes poem is written with a specific rhythm. So in simple word, a poem is collection of lines written in the tradition of poetry. A poem often conveys a single thought or idea. A single poem contains a single main theme. Poem is further divided into stanza. So what is stanza? A stanza is collection of lines that are part of poem. Is we can say that paragraph divides a text written in prose, and poetry mean a poem is divided into different stanzas. It is one of the divisions of poem which is used to describe the main building block of a poem. Cell is the building block of a human body or living thing. Same is the case with a poem. Stanza is the building block, mean a poem is divided into different stanzas. A stanza usually comprises of two or more lines and characterized by a common pattern of meter, rhyme and number of lines. There are different types of stanza according to the number of lines. As I told you people that a stanza may contain 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines. So according to the number of lines, stanzas are divided, a stanza is divided into the following categories. 2-line stanza is called couplet. 3-line stanza is known as tercet. 4-line stanza is called quatrain. Quintet is the name of 5-line stanza. 6-line stanza is named as sestet. A stanza with 7 lines is called septet. An 8-line stanza is known as octave. And if a stanza have an irregular shape, so it is known as strophe. Now let's come toward the poem, The Blades of Grass. Stanza number first. In heaven, some little blades of grass stood before God. What did you do? Then all save one of the little blades began eagerly to relate, impatiently narrate the merits of their lives. This one stayed a small way behind, ashamed. If we look at to the first stanza, it is clear from the text, from the lines of stanza, that the poet has given human qualities to little blades of grass. And it is considered a figure of speech in poetry. We call it personification. Personification is a figure of speech when a writer attributes human traits to non-human things. Like for example, if you say, my computer loves me. So love is only the quality of human being, not of computer, but the writer is giving human quality to computer, so it means that it is a personification. So same is the case in this stanza. Little blades of grass have been personified as human being. And heaven some little blades of grass stood before God. The first 3 lines are very much simple and it is self-explanatory. There is no need to explain them. The poet has created as an imaginary situation in heaven, and some little blade of grass are standing before God on the day of judgment. What did you do? And God asked them that what have you done when you were alive on earth? Then also one of the little blades began eagerly to relate, impatiently narrate the merits of their lives. Then all the blades of grass except the one, which was the smallest one, they started to narrate the good deeds of their lives impatiently and excitedly. They told all the good deeds of their lives one by one in front of Almighty Allah. This one stayed a small way behind, ashamed. And as I told in the beginning, that except the one blade of grass, which was the smallest of all. The smallest blade of grass was standing little behind the other blades of grass, and it was feeling ashamed. Reference to the context is divided into 2 parts. The first part is reference and the second is context. Reference is when you write the name of the poet and poem. Like for example, these lines have been taken from the poem The Blades of Grass, written by Stephen Crane. And the second part is context. Context means when you want to write context of a poem, you have to give the central theme or short brief summary of the poem. Like for example, The Blades of Grass, this poem is in narrative form with a dialogue between God and blades of grass in heaven on the day of judgment. God said, good are those amongst you who have done good deeds and don't feel proud on their good deeds. Allah pleased only with the little blade of grass who stood aside because it was ashamed of its action. Allah said with all his majesty, you are the best amongst all. If you look into the context, I have summarized the whole poem in few lines. That is context. Explanation of the first stanza. In these lines, the poet says that all the creatures of God have been given wisdom to differentiate between good and bad deeds. They will be answerable to God for their good or bad deeds evildoers will be punished harshly, and those who have done good deeds will be rewarded. Those who have done good deeds should not feel proud. One should be humble and repentant. That is why the poet says that all the blades of grass started relating their good deeds, while one blade of grass stood aside and felt ashamed of what he had done in this world. Allah was pleased with that little blade of grass. The poet wants to impress upon our minds that God likes humbleness and repentance. Paraphrase. I want to clear one point here again. That is difference between explanation and paraphrase. I always stress upon in my lectures in class that there is a technical difference between explanation and paraphrase. Paraphrase is subjective and explanation is objective. In paraphrase, you cannot add anything from your own side. In simple word, we can say that paraphrase is just conversion of poetry lines into simple prose. Even you cannot say that in these lines the poet says. If you write like this, it means that you are adding something from your own side which is not part of the stanza. So therefore, it would be explanation then. And in explanation, you can give example of other poems, you can share your own experiences, whatever you want you can add, but related to the stanza. Everything that is related to the stanza you can add an explanation, but in paraphrase you cannot add anything outside of the stanza. Now look at the first stanza paraphrase. Some little blades of grass were standing in the court of God on the day of judgment and heaven. He asked them about their good deeds and action on earth which they were when they were alive. They all started to relate about their deeds and action, impassionedly and excitedly, but one little blade of grass kept quiet and stood behind others because of shame. If you look into this paraphrase, it is very much subjective. I haven't added anything from my own side which is not part of the stanza. I have just converted poetry into simple prose. That is paraphrase. Second stanza. Presently God said, and what did you do? The little blade answered, O my Lord, memory is bitter to me. For if I did good deeds, I know not of them. Then God in all his splendor, grandeur, brilliance arose from his throne. O this little blade of grass, he said. In the first stanza, Almighty Allah asked from other blades of grass. All told their good deeds to Almighty Allah except the one. Then Allah, without any delay, asked from the little blade of grass that, O little blade of grass, what did you do? What have you done on the earth when you were alive? The little blade answered very humbly that, O my Lord, O my Master, memory is bitter to me, for if I did good deeds, I know not of them. My memory is very short. If I have done some good deeds, so I don't remember them. I have forgotten them all. I do not have anything good in my mind to tell you that I have done in the past. Instead of telling you the good deeds, memory is bitter to me. I have a better memory of bad deeds on which I am ashamed. Then God in all his splendor, grandeur, brilliance arose from his throne. Then Almighty Allah got very much pleased with the answer of the little blades of grass, and he arose from his throne in pleasure with all his majesty and brilliance, and described the little blade of grass, the best one among the all. So this short but very much, moral poem. It has a very moral lesson that if you do good deeds, don't do it for reward. Rather go toward virtue for the love of virtue. You should not be afraid of punishment, or you should not keep in mind reward while doing something. So, do good and forget it and forget it. Do good and forget it. So, Almighty Allah will be pleased with you. That is the whole point, and it gives us a message that do good and forget it, and don't be proud on your good deeds. Reference to the context again would be the same one, and context and reference again the same one. Then explanation. In these lines, the poet narrates an imaginary situation of blades of grass in the court of God on the day of judgment. After listening to the proudful blades of grass, God asked the little blade of grass, who was standing little behind from other and was very ashamed for what it had to say about his deeds before God. The little one replied that it had forgotten all about his good deeds. On the contrary, it had better memory of its bad deeds only. It made a very bold confession of its conscience. He felt extremely sorry for what he had done in the world. God was very much pleased of his bold confession and repentance. God stood up from his throne with all his majesty and rewarded that blade of grass. God said, "You are the best amongst all." Paraphrase. God asked without any delay from the little blade of grass about his good and bad deeds that he had done when he was alive. The little blade of grass replied that he did not remember if he had done any good deed. God was pleased with his answer, and God, in all his majesty, stood up from his throne and blessed him.